What's up? What's up? It's Lip Service. I'm Angela Yee.
I'm Gigi McGuire.
And we have two hosts today with us.
Justina Valentine
Makaela.
Now, Makaela's the virgin.
I am.
No hood celebrity. Justina Valentine has been here before.
Yes, for a second I was like, really? God bless.
Yeah,
This thing must be tight.
No.
Right. Yes,
It's
I was
tight.
here when you first started. And I'm
Yes.
so proud of you. I said it off air, but I wanted to say while we're on the air that like you are one of the OGs of the podcast and you're still killing it. So let's clap it up one time for Angela
fact.
Yee
That's
and
a
Lip
fact.
Service. And y'all hold it down for 6 years.
Yes, Gigi's been here from episode 1 too.
Period.
And you know how rare that is.
You hold me down.
Yeah.
And shout out to you because we watched your progress too when you first
Yes.
came out
Thank
here.
you. I was broke, busted, and disgusted the
No, you
first time I was
weren't.
here.
You was not.
I was broke and disgusted. Maybe I wasn't busted, but you know.
But nobody knew if you really
Yeah,
were.
I was, holding it. You still got to come through looking like what you want to be.
And what
so.
is broke, by the way? Because people have different definitions of
Yeah.
what broke is.
Where I'm
Yeah,
at.
well, for me, like,
I'm broke.
it's funny because it's this woman who works in the bank I go to, and I only go to one bank. It's around my way, and I will only go to the one branch. And right before I got on Wildin' Out, I'll never forget, I ran up in the bank one day, and I was like, you know when you're so angry, you're like crying, but you're angry. It's like that angry cry. And I was just so disgusted because I kept overdrafting my account. And I never understood, if I don't have money in my account, why are you letting me buy
Right.
$1 pack of gum or $1 bun? Don't let me buy it.
So
Don't
they
let
charge
me
you.
buy
And
it.
then they charge you $5.
Then they charge 35.
Exactly. So it was just, I was having a really bad week. And, where I lived at that time, the bank was literally down the street. So I ran into the bank and it was her first day. And she's like super lit. I love her. Like she used to do banking for Whitney Houston. Like she's like a Jersey OG banker. And it was her first day and I ran in there. I'm like, why do y'all keep fucking taking money from me if I don't have it? And she tried to because it was one day they overdrafted me like 4 times in a day.
Oh my God.
And I was just over it, because it's like, I don't have the money. Why do you keep? And she tried to take off some of the $35 charges, but she couldn't because they had already done that for me. And so her first impression of meeting me, I was just like, and this was like 2014 to 2015. And now she's still the only one I bang with. And she's just like, Justina, she's like, I can't believe, like now she knows I have like money and stuff and I'm doing real good. And she just like laughs at how she met me
Right.
to now. So
where you
broke
are
to me
now.
is just like, you really just making ends meet. Sometimes you're overdrafting your account and whether it's you have a dream and all the money you're making, whether like bartending, like in my case, or hustling, whatever you're doing, and you're using that towards your dream. And it's like, you're really on the balls of your ass. Like one week you might have money and the next week you might just have enough for rent. So, that's where I was when I came here the first time to see you. I was just really, really grinding.
What about you, Makaela? You said you broke.
Oh, child, I'm penny pinching. It's okay. I'm where you were
Well, you
right
don't
now.
you don't look like it.
Thank
So
you.
cheers.
You gotta come up
I look at
looking
the
like
shoes. Okay, we see the
You know,
jewels on the shoes.
The
gotta come
lashes,
on
looking real
on
expensive,
a
luxurious.
budget.
I know
on
you
a
do your hair
budget.
yourself, okay?
Okay, on a budget. I find money for the things that I like really, really want.
Right.
But my priorities are getting better, but I'm still in like my stupid spending phase. Like, girl, you really don't have it to get that, but you gonna get it and regret it later.
Right.
That's where I'm at right now. But hopefully, what was it, 2015?
Yeah.
Maybe like 2023, I'm gonna come back
Period.
and
No, you guys
Going
will
crazy.
will it into existence.
earlier, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 6 months.
Okay, there we go.
There it
Gigi, you been broke?
Yeah, I've been broke. I was a stripper for a lot of years. And all the time, y'all be looking at these girls on Instagram with these big old bags of money and kicking the ones around the carpet on the floor. It don't be like that every night. There has been times as a dancer that I walked in the club with more money than I left the club with. And it happens.
Damn.
A lot of dancers that talk about the money that they made or, the times that they had, a lot of times they be capping and making it seem like every night was $1,000, $5,000 night. Like, that's not the case.
Right.
Like I've definitely had nights where I didn't pay the work, paid the park, bought a drink, bought some food, bought an outfit, paid
for
to get my
makeup.
makeup done,
Yep.
Right,
hair,
right.
and then I didn't make all of that back. So I ended up leaving in the negative.
Right.
So those are the times that you're grateful for those $5,000 nights and those $1,000 nights that you can, it's all about balance. You balance it out.
I feel feel like being broke at a certain point, like in your life, really makes you appreciate when
Yes.
things start working out. Because first of all, I still be nervous about being broke one day, no matter what. Like no matter how well I'm doing, I'd be like, this could all go away. Because you just think about like the times when I remember, like for myself, even just getting started and making like $23,000 a year and having to pay student loans, pay my rent, pay for transportation, pay for food, and do all of those things and try to figure it out every single month. Go on those dates you don't want to go on.
To add into that mix. Okay?
You're never gonna be broke because you got to give the gap.
But I know, but you know what? I
But
feel
it's
like
good to think that way.
I do. I
It
just,
keeps the
you know
hustle.
how I think sometimes when you've been broke, you always have that fear
Of course.
that it could happen
You
again.
could go back. Yeah, no, definitely.
Like, have you ever gone on a date just to eat?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a bitch walking God's green earth that hasn't went out with a
I
guy
don't even
just to
like
get
this
some
guy,
food
but I
or
know
some,
I've
or some
taken
today,
drinks.
to-goes too.
Yeah.
My to-go container. Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. And then you feel bad. Like, I feel bad because there's definitely times when I was younger and I was broke and I would go to like super expensive restaurants because I was like, I can't do this for myself. So,
Right.
and they'd be like, where you want to
go?
go? And you'd be like, you know what? I want to go to.
No,
Yeah, say
but it's
something
true.
crazy.
Like even what you said, it's funny because even now, like, you know, my man will be like I still be a little scared, like to spend, even though I know I can and I have it. He'd be like, yo, like, get
Buy it
what
for
you
you,
want
yeah.
or whatever. And you know, me, I'm more focused on doing things like you said that set you up, like real estate. Like I want to just keep getting more properties. That's where I'm at. But I know I could get these outfits and it's like another chain I want. And he's like, yo, just get it. Like you work so hard.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, but I
Don't
still,
cheat yourself.
Right, but I still live sometimes like not like I'm broke, but I still think frugally because I'm just like, yo, I'm not necessarily super used to
I
making
still go
like
straight to the sale rack when I go to
When
the
you go
store.
shopping?
Yes, I do.
I feel like when you're broke, though, you have more expensive taste. I'm not rich yet, but I feel like, you know, you guys are more conscious of your spending now. But when you're broke, you like, fuck it.
No, but I just couldn't
figure
do
it
it.
out.
Yeah, I'm going to figure it
I
out.
just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't do it when I was
Right.
broke. Even
Right.
if I
I wasn't
wanted
looking
to.
at the
You ain't
expensive
have
stuff
it.
because a guy was buying it or I wasn't. So
Well,
you know,
we in that phase now on social media where it's like, you know, I'm going to get somebody, a dude to buy it for me.
can get you a little trick, little
you
sugar
know,
daddy.
Have you ever, because I've never asked anybody for anything. Like, you got to offer me. And then even then, I
Yeah.
still be like a little hesitant.
Not me.
I don't ask, but I play like the fake humble game. Like you're I'm gonna make you feel like I deserve it, but I don't straight like ask
So
for
to
it now.
explain how it works.
Like you have to play like independent. You know, like I don't need you for anything, and guys like that. I
Right.
feel like it makes them want you more and want to provide for you more when you play the, you know, like I don't need you. I'm gonna do it regardless. I'm gonna get it, even though you know you're not. But you gonna act like I don't need you for nothing. You feel me?
Chanel, I'm going to get it myself. Don't
Yeah.
even
Now
worry
he
about
wants
it.
to like
Right.
show you like I could be that for you.
Right.
So you gotta.
What
mess with
about
their
guys
mind.
who don't have the taste? Like, you know, because there's certain guys who don't know about that, right? You know, they're not into like designers, even for themselves. And so they don't understand it. And so they might like get you something that maybe you are like, this is not really my style.
I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna
Would
return
you
mean,
it.
say
listen.
something or are
Return
you
it.
grateful still?
I mean, I think if someone gets you something, like, I mean, there's always gratitude that
Behind
goes
it.
with it, you know, and like you say, you could always sell it, throw it up
Yeah.
somewhere. But, you know, nothing's for free. So I was even thinking that, like, when you were saying, you know, if a guy's gifting you that and whatever, it comes with something attached to it. Even if it's not sex, it's definitely time spent.
You gotta
It's-
entertain
True.
them.
it's a
You gotta
couple-
entertain them
Yeah,
a little
it's some
bit.
pussy
Yeah.
pics or some. It's whatever it is. You spending time on FaceTime. You're doing something. You're
Right.
spending time
True.
at least.
It has to be
you know?
somebody that you find maybe a little bit attractive. I don't know how women do it with like
Right.
dudes that they don't find attractive even a little bit.
They
The
just
money
my
be the
pride.
motivation.
True.
Yeah.
There
Money
was this
and the
guy
liquor.
that used to send me gifts. Remember, Gigi? He would like, yeah.
He was upset. Still to this day, I'm sure if he
But
saw me anywhere, he would first thing ask about Angela.
and I feel bad. I never like I don't even know him that well. I never went out with him or anything.
Right.
But it was weird, and it felt weird because then I think even like he'll still text me, be like, "Oh, so you're not gonna answer my text messages?" But I didn't ask
Wrong
for anything,
number.
right? And he would just like send stuff, or he would give somebody to one of my friends to give to me. But then he'll like flip out on me and be rude But
that's
just crazy.
See, now that's weird. Those are the type of people you have to be slightly careful with.
right.
So I would tell him he got the wrong number and say it in another language. You know what I mean?
That's giving
no,
stalker
no
vibes.
habla inglés. Like, just tell him wrong number because
All right, now let's talk about real relationships. Have you ever stayed in a relationship too long?
Yes.
I've
Yeah.
definitely
OD
stayed.
situation.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
went
definitely
back.
and I think when you're more dependent, like we were talking about that broke phase, is
Mm-hmm.
when you stay. Because I definitely stayed with someone, and you know what I mean. I was living with him, and you know what I mean. He was getting some money, so I think too, depending where you are in your life, I think that could make you. Like your level of dependency sometimes will make you stay longer.
Right.
And it could be people's dependency. That word could be used in more way than one. It could be money. It could be if someone has an
Companionship.
addiction. Yeah. But I think once
Dick.
yeah,
It'd be the
depending on the
dick.
dick.
It's the dick for me.
You can't say
dependent.
addiction without dick.
That's a fact. That is but once you, I think, come into your own and you're doing well on your own and you're more established, I think you have more of that freedom to, you're not looking for anyone to split the rent or pay your rent or
Right.
pay your car note. So you can
That's
leave.
when guys really got to step it up.
I don't
Oh
think it's
yeah,
ever.
because once you have your own, they're fucked. You don't really need them.
You don't
just
need
want
them for anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been that for me though. Like it's just for me. I don't like starting over. I don't like the getting to know you phase. Like the
I love that
21
part.
questions.
Oh yeah,
I hate it.
You
I
want
just
to get straight to shitting in front of them.
facts. Like I don't want you to ask
Not
me
in
what
front
my
of 'em,
favorite
but-
color is and all
Or
that
you could be
shit.
like, excuse me for a minute.
Right.
See,
I
I
mean,
don't
Don't
mind
go in
that.
there.
Right.
I don't mind that part of getting to know somebody because I'm like nosy as fuck. I want to know everything anyway. So I'm gonna ask you these questions regardless. So
I'm
I
gonna
really
search
don't
it.
have.
I'm gonna search you.
Really?
A problem.
I feel like sometimes I don't want to know things. Like I'd rather, because I
The
also
mystery.
know, yeah, like if you search like me, you might see some shit that's really not who I am or really not true.
True.
And so I sometimes feel like you search somebody and it might not, I'd rather hear from you.
Yeah,
something.
Yeah,
That's
rather
what you
hear
ask.
their side of the story.
I'll look on your Instagram, but I don't know if I would, I don't know about searching somebody just because,
I go on Facebook.
yeah.
You
I
you
find
see who their
Facebook.
friends are. You a little
I feel like you
stalker,
find
so-
like the real person
The
on
nitty-gritty,
Facebook.
yeah.
If they still have it activated, I want to see what you was doing in like
Yeah.
Instagram is their
2007.
representative.
College days,
Exactly.
And
high
Facebook is
school.
the real them.
Facebook, your mama follows you on Facebook. Like that's the
Your
real
high
you.
school friends
Mhm.
and your college
Damn, and then you
friends.
end up going down this
Your
rabbit hole where you're
neighbors.
looking at all day family members.
You might find a
Your
baby mama or
neighbors,
two.
Like,
Like,
damn, his mama ugly. No,
You
Oh,
might,
damn,
you
that's what our
might
kids
go
gonna
in to
look
look
like.
into him and find out y'all related.
That's a fact.
I mean,
Wouldn't
my
you want to know that
brother.
before?
I mean, for me, I honestly just like being busy and you know what I mean, being blessed to be in the position I'm in, but still wanting more and working hard. I don't want to take the time to like date someone. You know what I'm saying? That's me. Like I have a man right now, and I'm happy to have a man because
long?
pretty long now. Yeah, I never
What's pretty
posted
long?
or nothing,
What's pretty
anything.
long?
We started talking like 2016.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
And then we
wow.
got a little serious.
Damn.
Like, yeah, nah. So like,
How was the pandemic for you guys?
I mean, we lived together, so
Right, so it was
Okay.
good. But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, it was
but
like-
living together during a pandemic when no one can go anywhere.
It's different, yeah. And it's like I'm always out of town, so it was like I was never really around. But during the pandemic, I was. So for me, like if I were to get back on the dating scene, whatever, like my form of dating would just be like if I'm feeling someone, like maybe we just fucking like keep it moving. Like I'm not trying to like really. I mean, you can understand for sure because like you're Angela Yee, so like you don't know like what is someone really? Do they want you to play this song? Do they want to interview on the Breakfast Club? Like what do they really want?
What
me
do
to
they have
do?
on
You
TV?
asking that.
Why
Do
they
they
really
want
want
to
to
get
get
to
to
know
know
But
me?
I'm saying, do they want to film you to like put somewhere like
Right.
Angela Yee sucks my dick and like you're gonna look pretty, so you're not gonna mind because you look good.
I
but-
wouldn't let nobody film me sucking
But
your
I'm
dick.
just-
I wouldn't.
Yeah, but
But-
I'm always looking.
Yeah,
like,
because
yo,
you don't know
it's
what's around you. You have to
cameras
think about it.
everywhere.
Right.
I think about all stuff like that. I'm probably even old. It's good to
So
think
you
like
have
that.
filmed yourself doing that because
I mean, I've probably like been filmed doing it. You
Right.
know.
shit.
I mean, my thing
Let
is
me
always
check media takeout.
as long as you right, as long as you look good. No, I know it was a guy who filmed me once, and I deleted it off his phone because I was a little drunk.
It's still in his trash.
But I
And then
mean,
that's
my
what
man now he got videos. I mean, if I break up with him, I'm fucked.
and that shit could be in the cloud
It's in
somewhere.
his
You ever think
cloud.
about that?
No, literally.
his
But I
Google
don't think
photos.
he
Someone
would do
could
it.
hack it, but somebody could hack it, and he could not intend
Right.
for that to.
That's why
Someone's
when he
gonna try to find that shit right now.
But that's why when he would he
It's
would
out
go
now.
to film me, if I was just like no eyebrows on, whatever, I was like,
Hold on.
You gotta be
like,
cute. You
If
gotta
my
be
makeup
cute.
was on, I'd be like, whatever. But he would never do it. The caliber, like my man's like too gangster for that. That's some corny shit.
Right.
But
But it could not be his fault too. It could be, you know, people.
girl, if that shit, it's his fault.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
It isn't.
Right.
But
your
that's,
phone, your fault.
So how do you suck dick different when he's filming?
I mean, you just want to make sure like you
gotta
getting them
perform.
cute.
You
Yeah,
gotta
you gotta put in that
camera.
work.
Right. You gotta go a little harder.
Yeah, you
Right.
gotta make sure you're getting them cute angles, and you gotta always think if it's a Kim K situation and whatever, like at least you look good. Because if you look good, what's the problem? Everybody sucks dick.
Right. And you can't
Well-
like overact because I feel like she did overact in that. She was like, fuck me hard until I come. Like,
Well, I mean,
oh no, she said fuck me hard until you come, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But it sounded like really overly dramatic.
I'm mortified. I've never seen the whole thing. I've only seen the beginning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I
I've
stopped.
never seen the whole thing.
Yeah.
That means y'all didn't think it was that interesting.
I just didn't want to watch Ray J. I was just like, it wasn't really her. I just for him.
So what
I
y'all
don't
think
know.
about that? You think that was a plan? Like,
yeah. I mean, there was lighting, cameras, you know.
Oh wait, they had light. Like they
I
had
mean, it
red
was
lights?
very
It was-
well lit.
It was
Yeah,
a
it was
production.
definitely better than
well
lip
It was a
service.
production.
Oh wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, no. When you
Sorry,
said it was
Anthony.
lighting, I started looking around. I'm like, okay, no, we're well lit though. We got the outside.
It was a production.
Oh, so they had lighting. Okay, so they knew they were gonna make some money off.
And
of
I think Ray J has said that before. Like,
I think
because you
that
also
was
have
planned.
to sign off on that. You can't put that out and sell it
because
unless
it's like
everybody's
revenge
like,
porn or whatever.
yeah, you can't like
Yeah.
everybody has to agree to that. You can't use someone else's likeness and put out a porn.
Right.
But then it could also be like it's gonna get out anyway. I might as well make money off of it, right? Because like imagine you had a sex tape, you know it's gonna get leaked and it's gonna be out there. Wouldn't you rather get paid than not?
Absolutely.
It depends.
Y'all
Because if I
seeing
don't
it,
look
y'all need
good,
to pay.
no, I'm my lawyer.
Yeah, but still it's gonna be
It's
out.
still gonna be out
anyway.
regardless.
right. No,
right?
no. For sure. You rather, I guess at that point you gotta monetize off it.
So okay, let's just say you did do a porn, ladies. Makaela, we'll start with you. Okay, what do you think would be the highlight of your porn?
For me, I'm tall, so what position like
Stallion
bars your,
vibes.
your legs like whatever.
You should have sex with a little person.
Oh
That would be
wow.
a good
That
fetish
would be-
porn.
that would
you
go
could
viral.
You could be standing up and he
That
could
that
bend
would go
over.
viral.
Right,
telling you
right.
eating her
I'm
out.
six. I'm
Right,
6'1".
right.
She's
And you
6'1",
bent
flat
over.
on the
Could you
ground.
So you bent
imagine?
over
So-
and he could just
And
be
maybe
eating
he
you
just
out.
like,
Yeah.
or maybe
Is
he's
he
like
like-
climbing.
Or
I
he's
actually
bouncing
know
you.
a guy. Let me see.
You know
Hit
what?
him up.
His
Hey,
name
we're
is
trying
Big
to do
Mac.
Let's make
porn.
this
What's
happen.
your
His name
booking?
is Big Mac.
If he's,
Yeah.
Oh, we could both be Big Mac.
if he's
Period.
like, right. If he's
Small
like,
frying Big Mac.
his height is like right at your pussy level,
That's
right?
viral right there.
And then you could just like walk
And I
up
just
to him
bend
like,
over.
yeah, and
There
then
it
turn
is.
around, bend over from the
Or
back.
put just just like
You know
hold
how
the
they
top
like to
of his
grab our
head.
heads,
Yeah,
right?
just hold his head while I'm standing up. Like,
That
yeah,
part.
do that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That would be good.
Look at
Yeah.
us producing your porn.
Oh my God, can we?
I'll bring the
Let's
lighting. I'm
make
a
a
really good
bug.
gaffer.
Why not?
That'd be a good music video. Let's see what song can we make that
Something Megan Thee Stallion.
comfortable, because that sounds comfortable for you.
Oh, yeah.
Comfortable. There you
We can do
go.
that. We can do that.
Or-
All right, but no, from what you have done in real life, what do you think would be the highlight of your porn that you're like an expert at?
I think I suck dick really well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like when you growing up, everybody tells you, like, you got good DSLs. You got good dick sucking lips.
You have nice
So,
lips.
Thank you. I didn't really know what
Justina,
that
are
meant.
you gonna kiss her?
Until
I mean,
you,
No.
We're talking about porn scenes.
Until you had the
While he's
experience, right.
eating her out, the small guy, I can probably come from the front and just kiss her.
Oh,
And, I mean,
down
like,
there.
I like that. I like girls.
The
so we
small
could do
guy.
that.
Brandon
We
needs
could
to
do
get a
that.
girl from
too?
I
Brazzers.
do. So we
Okay.
could do that. But I feel like I put in a lot of work, you know? You got to give them one hand.
Do you make
And
noise?
throw in the other hand. Yeah, you got to fake gag.
Uh,
all the
Fake
extra,
gag.
all the
Okay,
extra spit.
Uh-huh.
You know, you got to
Cry.
eye
Do you cry?
contact. It's the eye contact. that
Have
they
you
love.
ever
love the eye
thrown up
contact.
sucking
Gigi
a dick?
has.
Yes.
Because I have one.
I've been too drunk and
Yes,
I tried
that's
to do
what it
too
was.
much.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I tried to do
Yeah.
too much. It wasn't cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ruined everything.
Yeah,
though.
that's
the
what it
mood
was.
the mood
Uh-huh.
was shot.
I
after
bet
that.
it is.
The mood
Right.
was over. He was like,
But
"Let's
Gigi
go to
sucked that vomit right back
Yeah, I
up.
swallowed
Did
it right
you?
back
No,
up
you
and kept
didn't.
going.
Champ.
Yes, I did.
Was it a lot or was it just like a little mouthful?
Was it
It
chunky?
was enough, and
Wow.
it
Campbell's
had some
chunky.
it had some bits and kibbles in it.
Oh, wow.
Some kibbles and bits in
Oh
it.
yeah, I
too.
left
you a
mine on the
trooper.
ground. You're a better woman than me.
The party done after that. for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I swallowed it. I
I'm
swallowed
sorry.
the vomit, and later on, I swallowed the nut too.
Oh wow,
Nice.
You had a lot going on in your
Yeah,
stomach.
Gigi-
I know.
No, but you know
double
what? I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Gigi
okay.
was
Double homicide.
Gigi
Yeah,
always
literally.
throwing up.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember we was in a club one time,
And I threw up in a cup like.
and then we kept the party going.
Yeah.
Gigi was like,
I've done that.
You gotta keep
I've
it
done
moving.
on the, real cute on the
On
side.
the
Sometimes
side.
the shot doesn't go down correctly, so
and
you
it
just
comes
gotta,
right back up.
Just
Yeah.
handle it
and
real
then she
quick.
didn't throw the cup in the garbage. She just put it on the side. I'm like, that's
Oh, wow.
disgusting, Gigi.
I just like,
yeah, she
Oh, I
did.
need to go out with you. We party the
You did it
same.
in a cup. You consolidated it.
yeah,
It wasn't all over
it
the
wasn't a
place.
whole lot.
Yeah.
She a neat vomiter.
Uh-huh.
All right, so
respect
that
it.
was so yours would be a dick sucking
Yeah,
video.
like stallion makes eye contact,
Uh-huh.
sucking
Ooh.
big black
Oh,
cock.
wow.
Something like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you only been with black guys.
Have I Hispanic, black? Yeah,
Okay.
I've never stepped outside of that. I mean, I'm open, but
Uh-huh.
All right, now, Justina, if you were gonna do a porn, what would the highlight be?
You know, I think I'm like you, Angela. I got the gift of gab. I think I'm a really good ad-libber.
Okay.
So I think it would just be like my, daddy. Like I'm really good at just like really selling that to make you like, you know, especially like when you could tell the guy's about to come, just to help accelerate that and really maximize that feeling for them. So I think just like my ad-libs would be like, oh, okay,
Isn't that
yeah.
an empowering feeling when a guy doesn't want to come, but you make him come?
Oh,
anyway?
you make him,
Yeah.
Or when he
No,
tries to
stop,
slow
wait,
down or
yeah.
stop, and you just,
Yeah.
you know what I mean,
you
bounce
just
on
like,
that thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
I know what to do to make this
And then he'd
happen.
be like, "Fuck."
You just gotta look at him like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah. And then plus, you know, the red hair pops. So I just feel like whether, you know, like I was sucking it or it's from the back, I'm just going to flip the hair and, you know, it's going to be all that, the ad libs. And
All
Just
right, that
sell
was
it
good.
good
And
like
by the way, she did that the way she just did that.
yeah, that was.
the,
Flip.
daddy, oh,
There's some
I'ma give
chucker
him all
right
that.
now
Believe
jerking
it.
off.
yeah, right. What are you doing
Rewind.
in there?
That one
Oh,
part
the
is gonna
guys
be
in-
rewound like 5
Yeah.
times in a
We
I know
row.
gotta make that a song. We
Yeah,
can loop that.
that's just a little something. I don't want to give him too much, but yeah, I think I'm real good at
That was a
making
little
him
preview.
feel.
cost.
Yeah, just making him feel in charge and making him feeling good and telling him the pussy's yours and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna say my ad libs are gonna be what
That
really
shit
sells the
talking.
track.
Talk
And
that
then tell him
shit,
like
talk
how
that
big
talk,
his
girl.
dick is and stuff like that.
Tell him all the pussy's his,
Whatever
all that.
he
I'm
wants
so
to
wet.
hear.
You know what I mean? All that, all that stuff.
Stroke
that's-
the ego.
Yeah, all that. That's stroke the dick, stroke the ego. You know what I mean? All that stuff.
And Gigi, I assume
She
for
gonna
you,
throw up on it.
dick sucking. Yeah.
No, you know what's
fetish.
crazy? You know what's crazy is we know,
really
well, Angela knows, of course not from personal experience, but I talk about it a
She
lot.
sucked my dick.
I like
Hear it.
threesomes, right?
Two girls,
So, yeah, me and another girl and a guy. So my highlight of my porn would be when I make them both come at the same time.
What? You've done that?
So are
Yeah.
gonna be like this, or are you gonna be like
No,
this?
no,
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 it's
no,
two
a guy
girls.
and a
Two
girl.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah,
You
so
should
I'll
like
be
gay
like,
bang.
so I'll be like,
Bent
eating
over,
her
had to dig in her
out,
ass.
and then he's
Okay.
like fucking me from the back,
Okay.
and then they both come at the same
At the same
time.
time.
I can't
That'd
believe
be
you've done
lit.
that.
I've done that, yeah.
That'd be
And
lit.
so what? So you don't come. So you
That's
really get off
climactic.
on pleasing people.
Yeah, I'm a giver.
That's true because you're good at making drinks. You want to cook for everyone. So I can
Always
see that.
right. I'm always cooking and caretaking
She's
and
the
making sure
hostess with
everybody's
the
right.
mostest.
Yeah,
Yeah,
literally.
I'm the friend. I'm the
Wife.
friend that has anything you possibly need in my purse. Like, you need a Band-Aid? Oh, girl, I got one. Like,
Everything.
yeah, I'm that friend. So
Now, are you accommodating enough that, okay, let's say I was just looking on social media, and I won't name no names, but there is a young lady on there that said that she dated a guy, her ex, and he wanted to dress up in a skirt and have her suck his toes and kind of like trade places.
Okay.
So now let's just say your man was like, listen, let's try something different. I'm going to wear a skirt and I want you to suck my toes. Are you down for that?
Listen, to each their own, but my man's not gonna do that because I only like a certain type of man.
But you never know. Things are different in
No.
the bedroom always.
The kinks.
No, I only like a certain type of man, and the type of guy that I like is not gonna go for that shit. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with the guys that go for that. It's just the type of man I like. They just a certain pedigree and a certain caliber, and they.
Or forget this. Forget the skirt. What about just sucking toes? What if he was like,
I mean, if he was on some funny shit and like suck my toe, and he was getting off on I'm sucking his big toe like it's like a dick. I mean. Is the question would I do it? I mean, it depends. I got a little Cirocs in me, you know.
Right.
No telling, no
Put some
telling what
Ciroc
I'm gonna do. I
between the
might
toes.
stick that toe somewhere else. I mean, no telling what I'm gonna do. So I mean, you can never say never, but it's just certain things the type of guys I like wouldn't do.
what if like, what about sucking nipples? You do that?
The type of guys I like would never tell me to suck their nipple.
Why?
a
just-
lot
they
of
just-
men like that.
A lot of
just-
men like
you
a
never
lot of
tried
weird
it?
shit.
Okay, you have some homework.
Okay,
You gotta-
I'm gonna go suck my man's nipple
Yeah,
tonight.
yeah.
Give
You-
me that nipple, baby. He gonna smack this shit, bitch.
You gotta just like lick it on the way down.
You
Right.
kissing, you just like,
Yeah,
you know.
I mean,
just-
if I'm going to
just throw
suck
your
his
tongue
dick
around
on the
it
way,
real quick
if I kiss
on the
a
way
nip,
down.
if it's a little nip slip on the way down, and
Yeah.
I kiss a
But what
nip,
if you
I
lick
might-
his nipple and he's like, And would it make you stop?
Oh,
for a
he
second?
not going. If he go, that it's.
I'm be like, what the fuck
Yeah,
was that?
no.
Guys like their, some guys do like their nipples. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong.
I know.
I mean-
I know a guy that he will not be able to orgasm unless you play with his nipples.
Really?
Yeah.
Like with your fingers, or you have to like
Either.
put your
Both,
mouth on
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
First you gotta lick it, and then you gotta like
Twirl it,
twirl the
like,
spit
twirl your
around it.
fingers.
Do you
Yeah.
guys like getting your nipple touched? Because I don't really love getting my nipple. Like my nipples are kind of sensitive.
That's
Mines are
good. Isn't that
Really
the point?
sensitive. I got my breast
Not in a
done
good
twice,
way.
and after each time, my sensitivity heightened.
Oh yeah,
Really?
You like it?
yeah. I mean, it's not my favorite thing, but it's kind of like came along with the boob job.
Yeah.
So.
I think it depends on the night and the
Right.
guy. Like sometimes I like it, and sometimes it's like just get
If
get
it's
to
Yeah,
soft.
sometimes guys do too much. Like
Mhm.
they
I
They
don't
be, like,
like it
biting
twisted.
yeah,
Like,
then you go in the
like-
shower and it burns because you're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
did you do to my
right.
nipple?
Made
A
it
lot
on
of
the
guys
wall.
don't know how to be like gentle around certain
Yeah.
areas for
Yeah.
women, and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, now you're like chewing on my
You're doing
shit.
too
That
much.
hurts.
Relax.
Yeah, I don't like
not a
to be
toy.
Yeah, like,
sucked
chill.
too hard or manhandled.
So not everybody has the skill to like
Yeah,
you
you
make
gotta
it
be
feel
gentle,
good.
make it
Yeah.
sexy
The
right way.
right.
Yeah, I think it's
You
a
gotta
good
finesse the
thing.
nips.
All right, now Gigi, you got your vagina touch up. What? Explain
Yeah.
this to
What's
us.
that?
So a few years ago, like 2 years ago, I did a laser treatment that's called vaginal rejuvenation, where they put like a probe inside and it like spins around, and this laser
It's because she be peeing too
tightens
much.
your
Okay.
vagina. So I have a very, very weak bladder. It's been plenty of times that I've been sitting here like, oh, I gotta go. And I literally just get up and go to the bathroom. There's also some times when I would like cough and pee a little or like sneeze,
laugh,
laugh and pee a little.
Yeah.
And I saw this procedure online, and I saw that it helps with, it's called incontinence. So I heard that it helps with that. So that was the number one reason why I did it initially. But come on, like who don't want to tie the pussy? I mean, like
Did you
that
have
was
a
just a
guy
perk.
hit it before and after to tell you?
Yes.
Good.
Right.
Because
Yes,
you
test
need,
this
you
out.
need
we
to
want to
test
Yeah.
know. We want to know.
Let me see if
So-
this was
Yeah.
worth the money.
So when I did it the first time, so they test your vaginal pressure, right? Because every vagina is different, of course. And from what I've been told and what I've seen from them posting people's numbers, the ranges go from like in the 600s to down to like below 200, but like not all the way
like a
down to
credit
like
score.
100, but
Right.
like, right?
So 200 's loose.
So no, 200 is like tight and it's
Right.
like back to virgin status. And then, 600 will be loose or, not as
So
tight.
like a
I
reverse
understand
credit
that.
score.
Yeah.
But again, everybody's body is different. Weight has a factor, children has a factor, age has a factor, right? Gravity and all of that, right? So, when you do things like this, nothing lasts forever. So I did it 2 years ago. I just recently, this past week, went for a touch-up session.
Does it
And
hurt when you do
No, it doesn't hurt. I mean, you feel it, but it doesn't hurt.
Are you awake
At all.
and everything?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I did it on live and everything.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it on live. Shout out to my girl Erica at Emmy Aesthetics in Philly. She did it. She didn't do the first one, but she did this one. And I went back under. So when I did it the first time, I went from a number in the threes to 198. So this time when I did it, I went down. Clearly, I've been active and it didn't stay the same. Okay, it didn't stay
Right.
under 200.
Uh-huh.
I was back at like 300, and I went down 112 points.
Okay.
So
wow.
we're back.
Alright.
We're back.
That's
we're
like-
back
we
down.
had virgin
Wow.
We're back down to
She
virgin
got a virgin
status.
pussy.
Wow.
She got a
But when
hymen
I
again.
did it the last time, it was like this. So the first place that I went to, they broke theirs down into a set of 3. This girl breaks hers down into a set of 2. I guess everybody's machine is different or whatever. So when I, by the time I went back for my third one, it was July of 2020. And I definitely had sex the day before and the day after.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, yeah.
I
can
feel
tell the
it. There's
a difference.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I haven't had sex yet since
The new one?
yeah.
So what is it, like a cotton candy machine? Like what do they do? Put more
It's a-
skin to make it tighter or?
No, it's a probe that goes in and it lays whatever the laser does. It helps shrink the tissue.
wall.
and
Okay.
I wonder if that
yeah.
can work in your butt.
I think
To
so.
shrink your
Like
butt?
if there's like,
Dang.
say guys want to do that in their butt.
Oh.
You know what I
Or
was
if you're a
thinking
girl who
after the
does anal.
fact? If it help, because they also use it, you can use it on the outside to like, so your labia, like some people, curtains hang a little low. Some people,
thick, a little meaty.
yeah, some people are a little meaty than others, right? So they give you the option that if you want to do the outside of your vagina as well, your labia, you can do that as well. So I was
They cut
thinking
some of
like,
the roast beef off?
well, no, they hit it with the
Ouch.
laser and it shrinks. So I was wondering if they can do that for hemorrhoids. because like if you it's shrinking tissue, right? So yeah,
Like
I
some
don't know.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kid shit.
Right. Honey, I shrunk.
I'm gonna get my
Honey, I Shrunk the
Honey, I shrunk the cooch.
I'm scared
Wow.
to like
when
do
I did
anything
it
to
the
my
very
vagina
Right.
because what
when
if
I
the
did
shit
it the
like doesn't
very
work
first
right?
time, I was with my ex and I didn't tell him. I just did it and like wanted to see what his reaction was gonna be. When I went back, by the time I went back for the third session, I was single. So we weren't together anymore, but clearly I was sexually active because I had sex the day before and after. Now I'm in a whole new relationship, and yeah, I didn't tell him either. But I think, well, I put it on live and it's on my Instagram,
Right.
so
He
we haven't
definitely
had a
follows
conversation
you.
about it. But I think that I want to wait to same thing. I want to see if
What he
he's going to
says.
say something, if his reaction
It's a genuine
is going to be
reaction.
different, and then I'll tell him.
I'm doing Kegels as
Yeah,
well.
that's
Right,
right.
right. 'Cause
I
I
see
don't
you
know
like
if I'm squeezing this thing together for dear life.
Grip
But
it.
yeah, it's pretty cool. And not only does it, it tightens, but so it's the tightening comes with better arousal, better, you're more wet, you're more into it. It feels better.
I may need to take a trip to
So yeah, and it's like, of course, as women, we all say like, oh, my pussy already good, or I'm already tight. I ain't
not
out
taking
here
it to the
wilding
next
out,
level.
and everybody feels like, oh, I don't need that. But it's like, you never know what you got going. Listen, you
Right.
never know that vaginal pressure until you get a check, girl. You might be out here thinking you in the 2s, but you might be in the 6s, okay?
Right. Is
And you
any-
would never know until you actually try it.
Could anything go wrong? Like, is it any bad side effects or like something that
Right.
could go sideways, like you lose feeling or?
Or like your inside of your vagina falls out.
Right.
No.
It burns. It's a laser.
Yeah, it's a laser.
Yeah, what are the risks?
Can it burn?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I did have to have her turn the levels down towards the end because it goes all the way in and then it comes out and out and out. So as it comes back out,
it's
it spins
tight.
around. So once you get to like
This does not sound pleasant.
once you get to like when it's about to come all the way out, think about how thin that tissue is. So I had to have her turn it down because I could feel it's little heat.
Okay,
Right.
this hurts me
See, I
just
feel
thinking
like
about it.
in my head, because I'm trying to think like scientifically how would it work. So I'm like, is it making your walls
Look.
swollen? So
Oh,
that
she's about to
it's
show you her
tighter?
vagina right now.
Not my vagina.
No, but like, how else is it making it? Like, is it are your walls getting
Gigi, put your
swollen
leg
so
up,
that
let's
it's
see.
Probably.
You know what?
open it up?
Okay, no. Wait,
Oh,
I'm
no,
gonna
she's
find
about
it.
to show you.
So this is how it works. So this is the probe,
Uh,
and you see this little window.
yeah.
So you see that metal part right there? So that's where it spins. So this top part
Like
of
a
it,
spaceship.
it spins around, right?
It's a
So
spaceship.
here's a
It's flying around in there.
animated
Oh, wow.
diagram
Wow.
of what it does.
Now, what about when you masturbate? How does that feel? Is it any different?
I haven't done that yet either.
But I mean, before when you did it.
I couldn't really tell the difference. I'm not like a dildo user. I'm a vibrator user.
But your
so-
fingers or anything, like,
Oh, well, I will say this. Using a tampon, I can tell the difference in the tightness with the tampon.
Right.
Yeah. Not that it hurt.
It looks like the walls are getting like thicker. So
Thicker.
like, how are they making them?
I don't know.
Is it good for the
Do y'all
walls?
see
The
this?
laser,
Yeah,
laser is
whatever
like,
the laser
I mean, it looks pretty
is
cool.
doing.
yeah, I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
it's like suction.
Listen, I'm not trying it, but I'm
The
glad
laser's
that,
giving it
you're
some,
having
like,
good
suction.
So
results.
this was somebody's numbers, not mine, but
Yeah,
this
she
was
was a
somebody's
hoe.
numbers.
Shit.
And this
she
is
had?
after, and this is,
516?
and
She
this
had
is-
about 300
She's the
bodies.
800.
and this is after 2 treatments. So after 2 treatments, this person went down almost 200 points. And
Oh, wow.
they say the goal is after the first treatment or after each treatment to at least go down 100. Like that's like
100?
their
Okay.
goal is that for you to go down 100 pressure points. And with this one, I went down 112. So we did good.
I'm always
One
scared,
twelve
like
better
if
plays
something
well.
is like working well, I don't want to fuck
Wanna
with
play
it.
as
And,
Right.
like,
I
love
like
you for that.
experimenting. I feel
would
like
try
there's
it?
science there for a reason. Yeah, why not?
See, I'm with you. I'm not an experimenter.
right, I'm
Like,
not.
I feel like if the pussy working, it's juicy, it's wet, it's clean, ain't no problems. I don't want to stick a probe in
I'm
it.
scared
and
to do anything like
Y'all
Botox
know I'm like
and
a
all of that. I'm
daredevil.
scared.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the-
like,
like,
I wouldn't be
That's
mad
how I
at
feel
trying
with
it.
like my ass. Like I had scheduled a BBL, had the appointment and everything, and I chickened out. And I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking scared. I'm getting money now. I'm doing good. I'm blessed. I don't want to. I looked up. You know what it was? I researched it,
Right.
and I don't know if
They
it's
would
good
say
or
that's
bad.
the most risky
It scared me.
surgery.
Yeah.
1 out of 3,000 deaths, and I'm like, I'm lucky.
That's a
I
lot.
feel like I could be the one. Like,
Yeah.
meaning
That work.
like
I can
you
win
know,
that lottery. I don't want
yeah,
to.
like I'm not willing to take that risk, and I'm with you on the. even like with my teeth are a little chipped. I thought about veneers. Everyone I'm on TV with has veneers. And I'm like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna keep my little chipped joints. See if they get put a little whatever, because I'm just not. I'm not willing to do it. Like, if it's not that broke, I feel like you shouldn't fix it, because you don't know, the result could be worse than.
Yeah.
And people don't talk about, like, I have a really good friend who just got her teeth done, and now she has nerve damage. Like, she can't walk on a floor if it's not polished, because she has nerve damage. I have another friend who got their ass done. It's 2 years later, and they just had a bad experience with it. They still can't sit for a long time. And I'm just like, you know what?
It might not. Because they do say that's the riskiest out of all those plastic,
Yes,
the BBL. Because think about the pressure you put on your butt all the time.
Yeah. I
Like, we're
wanted
sitting
one
right now.
so bad, but I was like, you know what? I'm scared that something could go wrong, and then the work that I do and everything else, I won't be able to do it, or I'll be fucked up. And I'm just like, you know what?
And then that's a real surgery. That's like anesthesia.
And people don't talk about that. Like, it's a real.
And the recovery time.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a while.
So
I think it's like a
I'm with
month,
you on that.
2.
It's like, if I don't like really need it, I'm not willing to do no weird shit to myself. And,
Yeah,
like,
because I be thinking about, like, you know, everybody's getting Botox. I'm like, but then I also like am scared.
I'm a daredevil. I do everything. I just did threading in my face.
oh
What's
no,
that?
that's
What
scary.
is that?
That's
when
on my Instagram too.
They
So-
put the threads in your face. Some
Yeah, they
girl
put it,
let
like,
me
right
feel
under
it. You
your
could
skin.
feel like
you could. I just got it done. So if you look closely right here, you can see this
a
one.
little
You
bit,
see
yeah.
it? Yeah.
And if you feel
Wait,
it, you
it's
can
a
feel the
thread
thread
that you-
that's under it.
Wait, so Gigi, what's all the stuff you've done?
Girl, everything. Botox, fillers, threading, vaginal rejuvenation, breast implants twice, butt shots, and lipo.
Okay. So butt shots, but no BBL.
No BBL. I did this in 2006, but BBLs wasn't really a thing in 2006.
Are they still there?
Yeah.
I mean, your butt looks
Thank
really
you.
nice from here.
Yeah.
So I'm
From
saying
here.
the shots are still.
Yeah, it's something that I definitely don't really regret, but if I knew better, I would do better. So back when I got it done, when I started getting it done, it was a span of a few years that I did it. I was literally like 110 pounds or something like that. I was really, really skinny. So even if BBL was a thing, what fat were they going to move?
Right.
For one. For two, I was a dancer. You know, I was in that life of, you know, you got to enhance your body in order to make your money. You got to fit in with the girls that the guys are paying in order to get that.
It was
in
an
that bag.
investment
You gotta-
into making more money.
it definitely was, and it helped, right? But I would not suggest it because I do have long-term
I was
side
about to
effects.
ask you.
Like, I can't sit on hard surfaces for too long without it being uncomfortable. I went and got a touch-up 2017. I did just like a slight touch-up in my hips to get more symmetry. And now, feel it. It's like, it's hard. You feel it?
Oh yeah. Well, what did
Yeah.
you put in
What
there?
can they do about that?
Nothing.
Really?
That
still
would
soft
scare
down a
the
little,
shit out of
but
me.
when I went back for my touch up, like ever since then, in the spots where she touched up, which was literally
It's
just
two,
my
like,
hips,
hard balls.
it's like little lumps. Yeah. and
But
it's
what
like-
is that exactly?
Does it hurt?
Is
So
it
here's the
dangerous?
thing. We don't know. It's supposed to be grade A medical silicone, but I did this in the basement of this lady,
You don't
this
know what
trans
it was.
lady's house.
Yeah.
Like,
But we're glad you're alive.
and I went
Yeah.
to the same
Yeah.
lady for the majority of the times, and this was the same lady that I had went to way back in 2006 and all the way up until about 2010, I think was the duration that I did it. And I just literally went to her because a friend of mine was going to her. So she's like, well, since you coming with her, I'll touch you up, you know? And I just did a little touch up, and I just wish I would not have never did it because it was so soft and everything was right. And now it's like, I feel like I fucked it up by going for that last touch up because I have these lumps on the side. Now, me personally, I really don't care. It's not like I'm out here trying to say my butt is real or, you know, trying to fake the funk like this is something that I haven't done. But lesson learned that leave well enough alone at this point.
Right.
But I could like respect that because I just feel like it's so many like women that get stuff done and they try to make it like it's from something else. And I feel like that's dangerous. Like for the youth, when I was gonna get my BBL, I was gonna document my whole shit. I already said it on my YouTube.
Right.
I'm about to get this BBL, whatever. And then I chickened out and didn't do it. But
Oh, yeah.
I
You
wasn't
got
gonna
these
try to be
people out here
like,
that do
Yeah, because
it.
people be trying to
Don't
act
lie
like
about
Yeah,
it.
they be trying to act
Don't
like
lie
it's a-
about
I've been in
it.
the gym.
they be trying to act like it's a workout. And it's like,
I've been on a diet that
You
made my
know,
butt
Right.
grow.
you know,
Exactly.
They got the waist trainer on, like, all
but
you
I'm,
gotta do.
I'm too scared for all that. I get my lips done once a year. I do like a little
Oh, I
half
did that
file
too.
in my lips. Yeah, and that's something like it goes away, and I do it very like.
Does it
minimal.
hurt?
I don't. it's just a needle, and I mean,
Yeah.
I get tattoos, so
Right.
it's not too
Yeah.
crazy. It's once a year, and it's I don't get that much, but I just think it's good to be kind of transparent about that because
Yeah.
you
Like,
have
there's nothing wrong if you make a decision to do it, but to the point of everybody here, like try to do it in the safest way possible.
yeah.
With people who know what they're doing, who are like licensed.
Ladies
Right.
out there that have been thinking of wanting to get your butt done, go the right way. Speaking from my experience, I do not recommend any. People ask me all the time, do I have a number for the butt shot lady? No, I don't. I don't have a number. And at this point, I really don't have a number because she changed her number. But even if I had her number, even if I had her number, I would not give it to anyone or recommend anybody else.
Yeah.
Because actually the girl when I went to get my touch up, the girl who she did then had complications with hers as well. And her complications are way worse than mine.
You better thank God.
Yeah. And just research it. Like anything you want to get done. Like if I hadn't researched it, and sometimes I'd be like, damn, I shouldn't have researched it. I kind of want to get it. But then I'd be like, it's one of those things too. I feel like when you commit to certain surgeries, like you probably have to get touch-ups in like 10 years, 20 years. And it's
everything.
like, it's like, so how long do you want to have to keep going with that?
Yep.
But, to each their own.
It's hard enough for me to get my lashes
transparency-
done.
I hate doing my
Like,
lashes.
damn, I'm not even going to. That's a commitment for me.
Right.
I mean, I'm
What's
getting
the money?
lipo.
Oh, you are?
I am, because I've always it just genetically in my family, everyone is just built up and down. Like you get the boobs with kids and everything like that, but no one in my family is shapely. So I'm just like, and all of our weight goes to our stomach. So I'm like, now that I'm getting older, I'm eating irresponsibly or whatever, I can see that that's showing. And as an artist, it just makes you really self-conscious. I have to be on camera. It adds 10 pounds or whatever. And I want to be sexy. I want to wear all these outfits to perform in and stuff like that. And I don't fully feel confident.
Yeah.
But I've done my research and I've found
That's
the
the most
doctor
important
that
thing.
works on my body type, works,
you
like
go.
board certified, all that stuff. And so like a lot of girls will see you on Instagram and be like, I'm going to go to that doctor because you went to that doctor.
Yeah,
and
no,
you can't
that's
do
something
that.
I don't recommend either.
Because
Yeah.
every doctor doesn't work on the same body type the same way.
Everybody is different.
Right.
So
And
you're
you
not
do
going to
need
get
to
the same
maintain.
results. You can take your doctor a picture of Black China and say I want to look like Black China, but you don't have the foundation that Black China had,
Exactly.
so you can't look like Black
Exactly.
China.
And
I'm
then
just
also
using her
when
as
you
an
get this
example.
stuff done, you still have to maintain yourself. It ain't
for
like you
sure.
can just get that done and not.
Yeah,
Because I see
and that's
people
the one
get
mistake that people make.
lipo and get BB, and then their body
Gain-
looks.
They
Yeah.
come back and they
Yeah.
do the same thing you
You
was doing
have
before,
to-
eating unhealthy,
You have
all
to
that
work
stuff.
harder to maintain it once you get it than you would have had to work to get it if you would.
What
have
about
worked
guys
it,
getting lipo?
right?
Because that's a thing too now.
Yeah, guys are getting
So
lipo
I
now.
told my close friends that I was getting lipo, and all of like my guy friends from college, like some of them started like calling me and
They
telling
wanna
me
get them
that
bear guts sucked
they've
out.
gone or they want to, and I'm like, I did not know that
Yeah,
this was a
that's a
thing for
thing.
guys.
Yeah, I have a
Like,
guy
That's a
friend
thing.
just got a BBL.
What?
Yeah.
Oh well,
Is he
must-
gay?
he's straight. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
no,
he's
he's
straight.
gay. Yeah,
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, he's gay, but he just got a BBL, and he didn't get it super. Like he didn't want to look like a character. Like he just got it like
Right.
to
you
give it
know,
a little shape.
just get a little
Right.
shape. Like he could have maybe just done the lipo, because the dangerous part is when they put
When
it
they put
in
it
your butt. 'cause
Right.
you
Yeah,
have
the
deep
lipo was
butt muscle.
fine.
Yeah, the lipo is not dangerous.
Because I don't
but,
want to date a guy with a fat ass.
Yeah, and his is
my
not
God,
that
the
crazy.
hips.
But
Double cheeked up on the
yeah, he
Thank
didn't
you.
get the hips. He
Okay.
just did the lipo and then
And then
put some in his butt.
poked
He
it
didn't
out
get
the
the
back.
hips.
Okay.
But like you were saying, as an artist, it is just a lot of pressure, because it's when you look at the vast majority of the women that are on top, most people do have work done. So it's like
Yeah.
you're competing.
Yeah.
You're competing in a field where 90%, of the women that are winning do have work done. So you start to feel like
You have to
and that's
do it.
really why I wanted to get my damn BBL.
And it's so
I'm
much
like,
maybe
more
out here
accessible
lying.
and
They
affordable
do.
now too.
I just
Like,
wanna give you
and
one
mostly
little bit of
anyone
advice,
who works
though.
and
Yeah.
stacks some money, anyone could get a BBL.
Before we move on to the next subject, I just want to give you one bit of advice.
Yeah.
Wear your aftergarments
My faja.
until you can't wear them anymore. I'm talking about like the longer you wear them, the better your results. I know somebody that got surgery. She did like a whole mommy makeover, and she wore her garments for 2 years straight.
Oh wow.
I'm talking about 23 hours a day.
Oh wow.
For 2 years straight, up under every outfit she could fit it
At the
under.
pool.
I think it's
sleeping
good
in
when
it
you
and
do it
everything.
towards like winter
And
time.
she looks amazing.
Oh, wow.
Amazing. That's probably the one thing. I did a small lipo. Speaking of these butt shots again, remember they rolled up into my back.
oh yeah.
No.
So
way.
I went
Good
to
butt shots?
Yeah, so I went to, it's loose silicone, it migrates, right? So I went, before I started doing Botox and fillers, I went to a plastic surgeon because I wanted to start fillers, right? And he's like, well, if you do your natural fat, like if you do lipo and I take your fat and put your fat in your face, not only will it last longer, it'll be way more natural, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, let's do that. Now I get some lipo in return. Let's do it. He goes to do the lipo and it's silicone. It's not fat. So he wasn't able to put it in my face. But so I did it just like straight across my back to contour that curve. Anyway, I wore my faja after, but I didn't wear it as long as I should have. And that's probably the only thing that I regret going through that, is that you can still see that I got it done and I still have the curve, but it would be a lot more defined if I would have wore the garments longer.
And
a lot of girls just want to like rip it off. You like,
weight train and all of that. And,
Right.
But yeah, wear them garments, girl.
Now let's talk about our preferences when it comes to guys, because we're talking about ourselves so much, right? Makaela, you're not dating anybody short. You're 6'1".
No, I'm 6'1".
Have you ever dated a guy shorter than you?
No.
talked to for like, when I was bored entertaining, but like actually dating, I'm out in public with you, you're my man, I can't. Like I wear heels. When I wear heels, I'm 6'4". I just like a dominant man, and I just feel like if I'm taller than you, then if you get me tight, I'm gonna push you, mush you,
Push
then,
you, mush you.
Wow.
And then short men just always like they're flirting with me. It's just always so uncomfortable.
They'd be like, I want to
wanna
climb
climb
that
that
tree.
tree. He's saying some
or I
silly
bet I
shit.
can beat you at basketball, and I'm just like,
What?
yeah, you
Nobody
probably
says
could.
that.
Say,
Stop
well,
it.
I
Boy,
could
this is
dunk
not
on
loving
that ass.
basketball.
Like, yeah,
Who
you probably
says
could.
that? That's terrible.
That's how they flirt, and I'm just like,
Nothing sexy about that.
There's nothing sexy
That's not
about
gonna make you turn around like, ooh, daddy, when we playing.
But does that lower the percentages of like, obviously
Your dating
It
pool.
does.
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
single.
But I feel you on that. I mean, I couldn't date a guy shorter than me.
Yeah, but you're not 6'1".
Yeah,
Right.
I'm like 5'5", 5'6".
Yeah,
so I
so-
see how it shortens your pool a little bit.
it
Yeah,
does.
for sure.
I'm currently dating a guy we're like the same height. So when I wear heels, I'm taller than him, but it doesn't bother me. And it
feel
doesn't
like-
bother him either.
Well, how tall are you?
5'5".
Okay.
That's not too bad though if you're the same height, no heels.
Yeah, no heels. But
I'm
when I wear
5'3",
heels, there's
so
this
I
one
haven't
time I
really
wore these
seen
Girl, you
really
got no
high
issues.
Like
Versace
platform?
platforms, and I was so much taller than him, and I didn't plan on seeing him that day, so I was like, let me wear these shoes because I probably won't be around him. And then towards the end of the night, we linked up, and I'm like, dang, I got these big tall shoes on,
Right,
and
I
I
gotta be
wasn't like,
barefoot.
I wasn't like sure how he would, like if he would
Take
say
it,
something like,
yeah.
why you got them big ass shoes on? But we were talking and walking, and he was just looking at me like, yeah, so. And I'm
Why are you
like,
looking up like that?
because he really looked up at
But
me.
I feel
and
like
was
if
just
you,
like,
even if when you put on heels, you're 5'5", you're still like average height, no matter
Yeah.
if it's a platform or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
I could put on a little like 3-inch something, and I'm already like,
Yeah.
damn, this bitch is big.
That's
So
a huge
like
bitch.
to have a guy, who, so to
But
have
he
a guy.
was so
on that.
amazing and perfect, but he was
Everyone always tries to tell me I'm
5'9".
blocking my
Yeah.
blessings.
Oh, I hate that.
But
I mean,
I'm like,
you're the
everyone has
same
a
size laying
preference.
down.
because when
Right.
he hitting it from the back, it don't matter.
Right?
And it does. Like I've
hilarious.
shortened, like that whole like it doesn't matter when we
Yeah,
laying
yes, it
down.
do.
Yes,
Yes,
it
it
does.
do.
Because I really feel like I have like a little toddler on top of
Well,
me.
it's
Oh
true
my
because
God.
if
That's
his
just not
torso
cute.
is so much
Breastfeeding.
shorter than
And
yours,
my legs are
and
just
you on
like
top
you
of
do
him,
have
his
really
head is
long
here,
legs.
your head's
You
here,
know,
yeah.
my legs could wrap around you 3 times,
Yeah.
and you just like it just doesn't feel sexy, like you
No,
know.
I feel you on that.
And I like them big and tall. Like,
But you
I
like
want them
girls too. What
thick.
about girls who are shorter than you?
When I date women, I actually prefer them to be smaller because,
Okay.
like, I guess I switch roles in
Right.
that sense.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm tall, women always assume that I'm dominant, which I am. So they
So
can
that
be,
works.
yeah. So they can be, and I'm also not against like the taller, like the WNBA size women. Like, I like that, but I prefer.
What about
smaller
threesomes?
girls. I love threesomes.
Okay.
I don't do them much because I feel like it should be like a gift. But
A
I'm-
gift to
A
you
gift and
or
a curse.
it's a
him.
gift to whoever I'm. Yeah, you're right.
A gift and a curse.
It's a gift to
Uh-huh.
whoever I'm with. Like,
Right.
let's just do something fun. so
Something
I don't
special.
Yeah, so I don't
And
do
how
it too
do you
often.
pick
but-
the
Special
girl?
occasion.
Just if we're out, just my type. Like I like feminine, just like really.
So
cute.
strangers, like y'all pick somebody up.
Okay, so the first 2 times, yes, and then I thought about it, and I was like, that's not too safe, 'cause
Yeah.
you don't know what you bringing
Right.
back,
Mhm.
bitches be out here with
Yeah.
All
with a
types
lot
of
of
stuff.
baggage,
Yeah.
So now there's like a screening process for me. I feel like I gotta know you. We gotta,
You
be,
go through the
Yeah.
Facebook. Just like,
always,
I gotta see.
always
She going
Facebook
back to
that-
2017 and,
you
and
know,
beyond.
to see if you a crazy bitch, if you a shady bitch. I gotta know a little bit about you before.
Like my favorite song is "I'll Take Your Man."
You know
Right.
what?
Facts. Like, no, you're not.
Well, Justina, you said a gift and a curse. Explain.
Girl, I ain't having no threesomes. I put my man's head through the fucking wall.
What?
For suggesting it. Yeah, I'm not having no threesomes. Like,
But you like girls too.
I mean, you know what's the funny part? Everyone thinks, well, not everyone, but I would say like probably 75% of my fan base really thinks I'm a lesbian for real. Like, Joan will tell you, when we went on tour, I can't tell you how many lesbians I had. Like, yo, where my lesbians at? And I love lesbians, and I think women are beautiful. And like, I probably like my tongue in a couple girls' mouths and whatever, but I'm really not like a lesbian. I think women are beautiful, and
Okay,
I've had a couple little makeouts and whatever, but I'm really honestly mostly strictly dickly. And if my man wanted a threesome, I'm gonna tell him, okay, you pick the guy. Cause I'll take his head
They
and
hate
her
that.
head and put them fucking together. I'm very if I'm in a relationship, I'm very territorial. I'm very
But you've had threesomes before.
I mean, a little bit here and there, like some kid shit. Not really as an adult
relationship. Right.
Yes, not
Yeah.
as an adult in a relationship. No fucking way. Because guys want to have another bitch, and I'm not bringing another bitch to someone who's my man for real. Because
I've
then
done
you
it.
and that bitch can have each other.
Right.
I've done it, and he turned around and fucked her behind my back.
Yeah, and that's my point. And then
But you ain't stopped after that. You still was doing threesomes.
Yeah.
when you listen, when you
But what
open
we
up that
didn't
door,
do was bring home random, no straight
Right.
cats. Like the only time we ever had a threesome with a random girl, it was like in DR, and I basically just watched them fuck. Like me and her really didn't do much unless she just ate my pussy.
Right.
But I'm not touching on and being with
yeah.
Random-
a
you
straight
Open
random
cat.
is not-
Pandora's box,
yeah.
you don't know
Yeah.
what's gonna come
Exactly.
out. And then it's almost like, to me, it's like you condoning cheating. Like, here, you can fuck this bitch, or like it's not for me.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm not doing no threesomes.
You don't seem like
I
that
cheat
type
back.
of
I
dude
would
either.
never. Listen,
Ended.
I cheat back.
And
so
did.
if you,
I cheat back.
I
And
do.
did.
So if you
And
like,
did.
that's the thing with men.
guys
You got
can't handle that.
you give them a little bit, like you give them an inch and they take a mile. So if I
Right.
gave you that fun and you took advantage of it, like, I mean, the relationship is over because I can't trust you now. But first, I'm gonna cheat back just to
Well,
get even.
yeah,
It's gonna be
Justina,
fun.
you guys have been together for 5 years, you and your man. Have you guys ever had any cheating issues?
I mean, girl, I wouldn't know. I don't think.
Still
I mean,
there.
oh, no,
Y'all
I'll
never
say
had
like
no
this.
drama?
I'll
Like,
say like this: we were talking, but what I mean, we lived in different states, so the time that we were really serious was less than that. And when we were in different states and just in the talking phase, like, of course, I'm sure we were both talking and fucking whatever other people, because that's just, I feel like, how it goes when you're in that
right.
beginning
That
phase,
stage.
Right, when it's
especially
not
like
a
I said.
commitment.
Yeah, we were in different states and whatever. But since the time that we, have actually been together like that, it's no cheating to my knowledge. And if it was, it would, it wouldn't still be a relationship,
I'll
because
be over.
yeah, the way I look at it is, and I feel like everyone should look at themselves like that. I'm a prize, so if he want to fuck another bitch, he can have her. And I'm not doing all that threesome stuff because, you wouldn't want me. Is it cool if I bring a guy?
Right.
Because if it's that, then we could bring a girl too. If I can't do that, then we can't do that. Because, I'm just a very dominant, aggressive type female, which is why I only like a certain type of guy.
man.
I only like a gangster type of aggressive. That's the type of guy I like, because I'm so
Right. He needs to be
aggressive,
able
right.
to match you with that.
yeah, or at least just like.
But what do your DMs look like? Because,
oh,
like
my
you said,
DMs are crazy. Rappers, ball players, all types of. I got a lot of stuff in my DM.
and look, as an artist, right? If you want to work with a rapper and he ends up in your DMs,
How does that work?
how does that work? Yeah.
I mean, I think the type of energy I give off as a female, like, I'm a tomboy for real, even though I could throw it on and be feminine too, so I think the type of energy I give off is that tomboy swag. So if the guys that like me are generally more the type of gangsta, aggressive type of guys, whether it's a rapper or a ball player, whatever, like, the type of guys that like me are not really the sensitive type and whatever. Like, they just tend to be a certain type. And so for me, I don't give off that energy. So if a guy's in my DM, he's gonna just feel the vibe and know what's
But
up.
can
and-
you work with somebody who try to holler at you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I could talk
Would you
my
tell
way
your
out of
man?
a paper bag and talk my way through a
Would you
fucking
tell your
maze.
man? Would you tell your man so he's aware?
You know, it's not everything is not everything's not for everyone. So I don't have to tell my man, no, I don't tell him, oh, so and so hit me this and that. Because why do I want to make him feel
Right.
Yeah,
like me
away.
telling
Like
you
you even
that
looked
is
at
like
it and
to
entertained
me
it.
that's corny. Oh,
That's stirring the pot.
so and so hit me. Well,
So,
Yeah, I'm
did,
just wondering
so
'cause
did
I-
you respond?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, because
like-
I know
like, for
I know
me-
girls who feel like they gotta tell their man everything.
No,
They
I
But
also
I
gotta-
agree with you
I don't
in
have
that
to tell
if
my
it's
man.
gonna like if you're not doing nothing
No.
anyway, so
and to
Because
me,
you can't control what other people send you. on
right,
the
and to
internet.
me, if you tell your man, it's like you trying to tell him that to put him on notice or make him feel like, to me, that's corny. And if I'm not gonna fuck so and so or whatever, like, why would I tell him that? He
what if
already.
it's somebody he's cool with?
I mean, look, my man already like treasures and values me, so I feel like I don't need to make him feel like, oh, so and so hit me up. Like he knows like people are gonna hit me, and
But if it's somebody he's cool with, right, that knows y'all in a relationship,
Well, that has
that
happened
might be
slightly,
like
but
a
that's not really someone he's
heads
cool
up.
with. Then he's not really
Right.
cool with them for
but
real.
you want to
Right.
let them know,
Like, that's
he
not really
cool
your
with you.
bro.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
definitely
well,
not your bro.
in this situation that did happen, they weren't really actually that cool. So I was like, nah, he's
So
funny
he
style.
didn't know
Don't
you
fuck
guys
with
were
him.
dating.
No,
Or
he
he-
did. That's why I told him. I said, oh, he's funny style. Like, don't fuck with him. But knowing that he's real cool with has,
Right.
you know what I mean? So
Because I would be like, if I was him, I'd be like, why? Why you tell me not to fuck with him?
Right.
Let me see what he sent you. Oh, like that.
oh yeah, I did tell
that
him
would
about the one guy.
irritate the shit out of me. So
I don't know. I'm fresh meat in this industry
Period.
right now. So
Mhm.
like a lot of people think that they can like try it or like, you know, like if I'm introduced to somebody, it starts off professional and then they might, you know, test the waters and I just kind of have to like
Yeah.
nip it in the bud. But then you like as an upcoming artist, I'm like, okay, fuck. Like if I don't flirt back, are they going to take this opportunity away from me? Like it just sucks when you have to try to, as a woman, try to choose
Balance.
between. Yeah, like
that's
am
the
I
main
gonna?
thing that women ask me all the time about being in this business is how do you manage to
with
still be able to work with people when they're flirting with you and you know still and my whole thing is always say you have a boyfriend even if you don't. Just be like, oh, I have a man.
But men
outside,
these days don't care.
I know
Yeah,
they don't
okay.
care, but if you care and you say I
True.
care, because they'll be like, I don't care. You'll be like, well, I do.
Right.
You know, and I wouldn't disrespect my man like that.
Right.
Right.
Because you know, guys will be like, okay, so I
What
got
they
a
gotta
girl
do with
too.
me?
But
Yeah,
then in the
right.
real world, it kind of makes my dating life difficult too because like I guess you can call them like normal guys. They don't understand, you know, like they see that I'm around all of these rappers or athletes or just men who probably make more money than them and
They're
they're
insecure.
intimidated
Yeah.
and insecure.
Well, that
And
ain't
you-
the right guy. if
what
he's
do you want with
intimidated by
me?
it.
And you have to like tell them and reassure them all the time, like, yeah, I'm in the studio for 12 hours. I promise you, like, I was actually working.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's
like,
annoying, and that's stressful because you're already stressed out.
Right.
Trying to
I'm
do
trying to
shit.
grind,
But now I
trying
gotta
to
be
make
stressed
it.
out at home.
But you know what it is? The men that really want to work with you for real are not really going to be the ones that try to fuck you. I mean, I know you could attest to it. Like all the men that I work with
That I respect.
for real,
Right.
like
Who I
from-
respect.
They never cross that
yeah,
line.
from like Nick Cannon to like my producer Shot Bugs that I've been with since I'm a kid, like a teenager, like doing my music. You know, my guitarist, Randy, like all the men that are in my life that I work with from producers to whatever, honestly, they never tried to fuck me
Right.
because they were actually really trying to work
About
with me.
their business.
Yeah, because someone who really, you know, just wants to fuck you right off the bat, they probably don't want to work with you for real. Now, I'm not saying there might not be certain situations where you might work with someone and it's just work related. 3 years later, you might fall in love. I don't know. It hasn't been my experience, but I'm not saying it can't happen. But someone who's trying to fuck you off the rip, they probably don't actually want to work with you.
Or if you're working in the studio, it could be a vibe, and that shit could be like, oh, you know, because sometimes you work with somebody and you like
yeah,
the
absolutely.
chemistry could be so crazy.
Yes.
you
But
know.
I don't want to cross that line.
Then
ever,
don't.
you know? Like I just
Well,
I just
then
feel like
if
I'm
you
just too
don't,
young
then-
in this to like even try like no dick is worth that right now.
Right.
You feel me? If it comes later down the line, if I meet somebody, preferably in the industry who understands the lifestyle, who understands, you know, what we do day to day, why we have to travel and all that stuff, then that's great. But right now, I don't want dick
Don't cross
to
the
get
line.
in the
I'd be
way.
like, look, you can eat my pussy, but it's not going no further than that.
That's it.
and don't tell nobody.
Right.
I don't even know you. We're not following each other on the gram.
Period.
Like, don't talk to me in public. That's it.
Well, listen, we could have went for 2 more hours, but I know we got to go. I know, Michaela, you got to go because you got a flight to catch. Because
Right.
you're working,
We're
girl.
working,
But
we're
you have an
working.
EP out right now, and you have the song Comfortable, so let people know.
Yes, so I just released an EP. It's called Me and Somebody's Son. It's
Okay.
available on all
Okay.
streaming platforms. And I just put out a separate single, Comfortable. It's like an Afrobeats Caribbean vibe to close out the summer. So I just dropped the visual for that as well. And all my visuals for all of the songs on my EP and Comfortable are all on YouTube, Tidal, Apple Music, everywhere. You can find it everywhere.
Nice.
So
Let's go.
Well, congrats to you. And
Congrats,
Justina,
baby.
last time you were
Yes,
here
baby.
years ago, you know, we were
Yes.
talking about your music, but you have Take That Pic that's out right now.
Yes, just dropped the single called Take That Pic. Just shot the music video in LA, so that's coming out soon.
And you are so good at that, by the way. Take that. You are so
Oh,
good
girl,
on
you
your
know-
social
you
media,
know
on your
how
TikTok.
I know how to get the angle. Girl, we about to hit 10 million on TikTok.
Wow.
We need to
That's
do
lit.
something before I leave once we cut. But yes, and Wildin' Out, the brand new season is on right now. Every Tuesday, we're about to film the brand
And
new
you be
season.
killing it
Thank
Yeah.
on
you.
Wildin'
do.
Out.
Yes,
Like,
I'm
honestly.
down for the females. You already know.
Yes,
And you've
the
been on for like
longest
more
running.
seasons than any other woman, right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
the longest running female cast member. Yep,
That's
this
dope.
season.
Congratulations.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah,
it's
Appreciate
super
you.
lit.
And you be really killing it. Like,
Oh, I be going
Or
really
be
crazy.
so
Top
quick
the
with
film.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not quick
do you
like
ever
that.
get
Holding it
nervous?
down.
Ever?
You know what? I don't get nervous like when I'm filming Wildin' Out because this show is like it couldn't have been a more perfect show for me. I love to freestyle. I love to rap, and all the games are like catered to exactly what I do. So I love it. Like I'm so grateful and thankful and blessed for the opportunity. So to me, it's fun. And really, you know, Nick always says it, like we could do no wrong. It's a comedy show. So
Right.
like even if like you're trying to tell a joke or whatever, if you
And it
fuck
doesn't
up,
go right.
it's
It's
still
still funny.
Right.
Yo,
Yeah.
it's improv.
Right.
So, you know, it's just such a blessing. So yeah, I'm getting ready to film my 10th season of that. Take That Pic, the single is out right now. And I'm jumping into the film world. I have a bunch of movies in my pipeline I'm getting ready to film. So I'm super excited about that.
We love that. You're not bouncing checks no more, lady.
Hello.
No more
no more
$35 overdraft.
And that's what I love her.
charges.
She laughs every time I come in. She has a super thick Jamaican accent. She's always like, Justina, I can't believe, like, and she knows she's the only one that I'll, like, if she's not in the, I won't go in. Like,
You're
I
like,
only deal with
no,
her like that.
I'm not
is my
depositing this
bitch.
check today.
And
Right.
she's like, she
I'm
can't
wait, I'm
believe,
wait.
like, she's just like, I'm so happy for you because she's like, it's just
You
about
saw
5-6
your
years ago
transition
that
and-
you were
yeah.
like bouncing checks, coming here screaming, crying, causing a scene, and now you're like, she's like, now you come here with the hat and the hood. She's like, you don't want anyone to see you, and you know, so.
Nah, the growth is
Well, we can see
inspiring.
that.
Yeah,
It really
that's
is
good.
inspiring.
And again, big shout to you and Gigi on the show, 6 years. Again, everyone.
And Stephanie's
Yeah.
out here
And
today.
And shout out to
Yeah.
Stephanie.
She's still here.
You know what I mean? Because everyone and their mother are getting a podcast right now, but y'all have been doing it for 6 years. So congratulations to you guys.
And we
it's
appreciate
amazing.
y'all for coming through because I know it's not easy to even just book guests, and because there are a lot of outlets out there right now. But we do appreciate y'all for coming through and
For
blessing
sure.
I
us.
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you guys
us.
for
I
giving me the
appreciate you.
opportunity.
Can you do that "Oh Daddy" thing one more time before me?
Oh, come on.
Oh, Daddy. Oh, this pussy's yours. Oh, I'm so wet. Oh, yeah. All right, so the rest you have to see on my OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding. No, the funny part is I actually don't have an OnlyFans because I have a lot of corporate,
they
like,
get
you know,
rid of
sponsorships.
No, they didn't
But,
get rid of OnlyFans.
Not yet.
You could, you know what I mean, just rewind it here on Lip Service
Right,
with Angela
right,
We're gonna
Yee.
put a beat under
Put
that
it in a
and send
loop.
it to us.
Right,
So
right.
yeah,
we
we're
need
gonna
to
loop
put
that.
Yeah, for sure.
That could be intro.
We need like a techno
I like
beat.
it.
Like, ooh,
I like it.
yeah, yeah. We need something, and then speed it up.
All right, Lip Service.